Hey guys, Luke Strains here. Hope y'all are ready for this because we are going to be exploring some abandoned railroad tracks. So let's go ahead and talk about where a little bit more about the history of these tracks. I don't know much of them. In fact, I didn't even know they were there until we pulled up to the hotel we were staying at, which I will talk about later. But I'm pretty sure they are old Texas and Pacific. They are indeed out of service, and these are in Kingsland, Texas. So now I'm going to go ahead and talk about one of the coolest hotels I've ever stayed at. And real quick guys, the hotel is not paying me to endorse them. The hotel's name is the Antlers Inn in Kingsland, Texas. And the reason it's super cool is you can stay in one of these three cabooses or the coach you've been looking at for the past minute. Anyway, my family got to stay in the coach, and let me say, it was just a beautifully awesome experience. They had really done a nice job of refurbishing and redoing the coach. It's been nicely restored. I'm not sure about the cabooses. They look great on the outside, but I didn't get to go in them. I'm pretty sure they also have a few standard hotel rooms, but who would want to stay in a standard room when you could stay in a caboose? Right, so now that you know a little bit more about the hotel I was staying at, let's go ahead and dive right into the exploration. So right by the coach I'm staying in is the old depot. This is the old Antlers Station depot. It was built by the San Antonio and Aransas Pass Railway in the 1880s. Now, I don't know too much about this area, but the tracks don't look like they've been abandoned for very long. I mean, obviously, the crossing's been paved over there. But these crossbucks look relatively new here. So the line extends all the way up over there. It goes through some of that greenery. And then it goes over a trestle over the Colorado River. Alright, so let's go ahead and walk down this way. The rail's pretty far into the ground here, but it comes up a little. I think they could activate this branch if they needed to. I mean, it's not a ton of work they'd have to do. Probably just cut down some weeds. I did see I've seen people find dates on these rails, so I'm really curious as to see if we can find a date today. There you go. There's a spike down here. Let's see. Zoom in a little bit. I don't know what that means. Let's see if I can get it from the other side here. Alright. I'll take a look at that later, see if I can figure out what it means. The rail's pretty high up. The ties are pretty old too, traditional wooden style. I believe this is Texas and Pacific Railroad, but I'm not too terribly sure. It is jointed rail, as you can see. That's one of the joints there. Alright, we've got a better view of some of the spikes here. Alright, just continuing to walk this way. Keeping an eye out for anything interesting. I think on the other side you can read stuff a lot better. I mean, it's more uncovered. Spikes are more visible here. Let's look and see if there's that on the ground. Oh, I don't see anything there. But keep moving, maybe we'll find some writing. Nope, nothing there. Alright, so let's go ahead and take a look at the other set of tracks, which is in a bit better condition than the other side. Yeah, it's just more flat. And then I don't know if it ends over there. Let's go check that out. Can't tell if that's ballast or just stuff that's been dropped. Is that part of the tie? A bit more of the rail. There's a joint. I think, I'm not 100% sure, but I'm pretty sure that grate there is used to let either moisture or water flow out of the tie, but I'm not incredibly sure what the function is. Yeah, it's not in terrible shape. I mean, it's a bit rusty, but I think it definitely could be put back into service, need be. Although it's not exactly the best place to do it. I mean, you got houses right there. Oh, that's a big buckle up there. Yeah, it looks like the joint is coming loose there. I can't tell if the line is stopped up there or if it just goes into the woods. Yep, and here the right rail starts to get covered up. You can still see it by my foot. Yeah. Does it stop? I still see it. Yeah, it's still in there. Oh, there's the rail. Zoom in there. You can just barely see that bit. Oh. Sorry, my finger's in the way. Right there. But it either cuts off or it gets too dense to explore. I mean, I just have flip-flops on. I'm not gonna go bothering with cactus or anything. I guess they both continue. I mean, that's not so bad. You just chop down some weeds. I mean, there are definitely some railroads that have to deal with this kind of problem. Like, let's see if I can think of the name while we're walking back. Napoleon Defiance, I think. There's some name like that, but they have horrible track, much worse than this. And it's active. Alright, so I did see a name on the rail coming up. Pretty sure it was Texas and Pacific. It was cut off. There was a word that looked like Tennessee, and then Texas and Pacific, so could be Tennessee and Pacific, but I don't know. Getting another look down there. Yeah, still. Oh, here we go. COFAT CO9CC0. I don't know what any of that means. Here it is again. Oh, not quite readable yet, but we should be getting there to the point where we can read it. It's coming up. Man, I was so thrilled to find that one, we were staying in an old coach, and then two, it was right by some abandoned railroad tracks. I think the writing was on these little plates right here. There's writing there, but it's unreadable. I've been hoping to find a spike that's fallen out, but oh, here we are. Again, I have no idea what any of that stands for. Spikes are still in there quite well. Maybe, just maybe, we can find a clue as to what this used to be. Oh, wow. Looks like a phone number of some sort. Undoubtedly be a phone number. Although the crossing, we'll check that out in a little bit. It does look somewhat... It does look like it's been in service in the last few years. I mean, this doesn't look like it's in terrible, terrible shape. Where was that plate with the writing on? Man, I can't remember where that was. We're running out of track here, so hopefully I'll see it quick. Up here, maybe? Nope, nothing there. So I've walked down to the end of the line here, and I still haven't found the plate with writing. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and cross over here. Sorry guys, just had to wait for a car there. It's nice and windy today. Feels good. Here we have the other cross buck with a upside down yield sign and a missing S. 2-track, whatever that is. Yeah, so that's always a cool thing to see. Alright, so the lines go apart that way, they cross over, and then they converge right here and cross there. Oh, this is where I saw the plate, I think. Right there you see we've got a number 7 turnout. I think that's what that means. I mean, I've got more experience with mono railroading than I do real railroading. More numbers for you guys. But yeah. Gonna keep walking down. Let's see, maybe somewhere in here. Where did I see that writing? Is that mold? Here we are. This is the writing. ICESSE for Tennessee, maybe? And then we got TP 337. I think there's an 8. Texas and Pacific, Tennessee and Pacific, something completely different. I have no idea. But we did get to see it. Huh, I didn't know they used the 3 spikes there. That's interesting. Alright, here we've got the actual switch stand. Again, not sure what this means. We've got Star Stand Patented PM Corporation. Can't read that. But how these work is you pull up that lever if it wasn't locked there, and then you slide it to that position, and as you were sliding it, it would turn this thing down here, which in this case would be pushed outward, and that would move to the rail, that would move away, and would set the route to diverge. Is that the crossing sensor or ABS or I don't even know what this is. Ah! Not a good idea to walk around flip-flops. I just got bit. Here we are at the actual grade crossing. As you can see right there, it is no longer active except... Yes. Alright guys, that does look like it's going to wrap it up for this video. I really hope y'all enjoyed it. Thank you for watching, and if you haven't already, please like and subscribe. It really helps out the channel. Once again, thank you for watching, and I will see you next time. So I did explore these tracks yesterday before I started recording, and I found this little thing. Now, I don't know if it has anything whatsoever to do with a railroad, but still, it's a pretty neat and interesting thing to find.